Now, your eyewitness weather forecast.
And a good Wednesday evening to everybody. I'm meteorologist Jordan Reed, tracking the end of this pesky lake effect showery pattern that we have out there, with the cooler temperatures as well kind of going away, and then we'll see the return of those as we head into the end of the week. Temperatures right now for all of our area are into the 60s. Some of us to the north and south, it's more like the lower to middle 60s, but in the valley it's the middle to upper 60s, mainly with downtown Utica, where we're looking at here under cloudy skies, 68 degrees at this time. In Cooperstown and Oneonta, it's 63. Both locations are 3 degrees cooler than it was at this time yesterday. Old Forge is neutral. The rest of us just a couple of degrees cooler than it was at this time yesterday. So you get the idea. This week has largely been pretty cool. The lake effect showers have come to an end, mainly with the exception of portions of Warren and Saratoga counties just off toward the east, but we are seeing a lot of those clouds, as we just showed you on our Bank of Utica iNet camera. The reason why is because we have an area of low pressure that's been moving, which is associated with lousy weather off the coast of the Canadian Maritimes as well as New England, and then we've got a couple of troughs, one of them stretching across the New England coast, another one back into southern Ontario and western New York that still has to cross through. And while I think it will cause some clouds, we won't have much in terms of precipitation. We also have a cold front making its way through the UP of Michigan, and that'll be our affair as we head through tomorrow evening and tomorrow night. Tropical Storm Fernand is about to disappear behind this banner, but as of the 5 p.m. advisory, it's a 50-mile-an-hour storm moving to the east-northeast at 15, so no concern to the U.S. East Coast or even Atlantic Canada. Basically a fish storm. It's going to remain comfortable over the next couple of days. Dew points today have been in the 40s, which only happens about 10% of the time during the day in August. And it's going to remain into the 40s and 50s as we head through the next couple of days, even through the start and middle of next week. Temperatures tonight with dew points getting into the lower 40s. We'll get down into the middle and upper 40s out there, just depending on where you are. But you notice the winds are coming in from the southwest. So that means as we head through our Thursday, temperatures will be warmer in spite of the fact that we will have a lot of clouds out there. As we head through the afternoon, though, the rain is knocking on the doorstep. It'll move in between 3 and 6 p.m. from northwest to southeast, and that's that cold front moving through. So temperatures tomorrow night dropping into the 40s and 50s, and only getting into the middle, if not the lower 60s, as we head through Friday before we start to see a weekend warm-up. Tomorrow will briefly be warmer, lower to middle 70s in the valley, still a few upper 60s both to the north and south. And if you're going to be heading out for your walk tomorrow morning, we'll see just a few clouds and temperatures making their way into the 40s, 50s, 60s, and 70s as we head throughout the day, with mostly cloudy skies. Still cool as we head through Friday and Saturday as well, but at least we will see increasing amounts of sunshine, and that sunshine looks to stick around into the first few days of September, which does include that long Labor Day holiday weekend. Thomas, back to you.
Thank you, Jordan. Still
Brought to you by Nye Automotive Group. Come see why it's gotta be Nye. Now, your eyewitness weather forecast.
And a good Wednesday evening to everybody. I'm meteorologist Jordan Reed, tracking those relentless, pesky lake effect showers coming to an end, but we still have some cooler temperatures to get through over the next couple of days before we get into the weekend. So let's take a live look right now at downtown Utica, where obviously not any precipitation falling, unlike last night where we were dealing with some heavy downpours at this time. But unlike the last couple of nights, that Utica sensor is actually working. So we can tell you that it's 52 degrees there. The rest of Oneida County is into the 50s, and Herkimer is at 51, Johnstown 54. But we do have some cooler spots already, down into the 40s, both to the north and to the south. Old Forge is in the 40s at this time. As far as high temperatures, today we were about 10 degrees below average for this time of year, so we were right at 70 in downtown Utica, upper 60s to the north and south, and we had Camden and Boonville both at 71. Those are the warm spots, at least in our viewing area today. And I expect temperatures to be as much as maybe 3 to 5 degrees warmer during the day tomorrow. So while still below average, not as cool as the last couple of days, radar is dry, free and clear of precipitation at this time. And the reason why we've had these lake effect rain showers is because of this trough, which is stretching its way into New England, portions of Atlantic Canada. High pressure will be in control briefly tomorrow morning and into the overnight hours, and that's what's going to cause the temperatures to plummet. But then we've got this cold front sagging its way from the UP of Michigan up into southern Canada, and that's going to move its way down toward the south and east, and thus bring the chance of showers and storms with it, mainly showers, maybe a few rumbles of thunder for tomorrow night and through Friday morning. And we've also got Tropical Storm Fernand, which is not causing any impact to the east coast or even Atlantic Canada. It's a 50-mile-an-hour tropical storm as of the 5 p.m. advisory, moving east-northeast at 15. So basically just a big fish storm, nothing to really worry about over the next couple of days. And we also don't have to worry about the dew points over the next few days. They've been in the 40s today. They will continue to be there during the overnight hours, maybe even dropping a little bit. And tomorrow they'll get up into the 50 to 55 degree range before they dip again as we head into the weekend and the first few days of September. So for most of us, I expect the middle and upper 40s during the overnight hours, but wouldn't be surprised if there were a couple of spots up toward the north and east that dip maybe even a little bit below 40, but that would be the exception and not the rule. As far as futurecast goes, we've got a southerly breeze pushing our temperatures up in advance of that cold front, but then the rain comes knocking on the door tomorrow afternoon around 3 to 6 p.m. from northwest to southeast, and there could be some moderate downpours at times, but I don't expect anything overly heavy. High temperatures again tomorrow, about 5 degrees warmer than today. Off to a chilly start though with a few clouds, so just be mindful of that if you're a morning walker like myself. But then as we head into the weekend, we'll shed the cooler temperatures as well as the rain showers, and we'll see a lot of sunshine sticking around into the first few days of September. Thomas, back to you.
Well, hopefully the rain...
Now, your Eyewitness Weather forecast.
And a good Wednesday evening to everybody. I'm meteorologist Jordan Reed, tracking some warmer conditions in your Eyewitness Weather forecast, but we do have some showers to get through before we get to the end of the week. So let's get right to it. Right now, it is fairly quiet in downtown Utica, where currently we have a temperature already down into the 40s, 48 degrees as of the 11 o'clock hour. Same thing over in Herkimer. It's actually warmer up toward the north and west right now, where Camden is at 52, Boonville at 49, and Old Forge at 50, Johnstown 52 as well. But temperature's going to drop for all of us during the overnight hours. That's because of clear skies and calm winds. We call that radiational cooling. Most of us have calm winds, but there are a couple of areas like Norwich, Oneonta, and Old Forge with winds at 3 miles an hour. However, you'll notice that unlike the last couple of days where we've had winds out of the northwest, now they're coming in out of the southwest, and that means we'll have warmer conditions during the day tomorrow before some cooler weather returns as we head into Friday. I'll have that for you in a second. The radar is dry, scanning free and clear of precipitation, and that's certainly different than it has been the last couple of days. That's thanks to this tropical low pressure, which is now located over the New England coast. Now we've got high pressure building in for tomorrow morning, so we'll have a lot of clouds, a southwesterly breeze, but right behind that we have this front that's making its way through southern Canada and the UP of Michigan, and out ahead of that we'll be dealing with some showers and maybe even a rumble of thunder or two, but there will just mainly be some periods of light to moderate rain. At least the dew point is going to remain in check over the next couple of days. It may peak a little bit tomorrow night into Friday morning and through the day on Friday as well, but it'll remain into the 40s and 50s, maybe getting up to around 55 for that moisture tracker tomorrow. And that's what's going to, again, allow for that radiational cooling. Tonight, we'll see dew points dipping into the 30s in some locations, and there may be some lower to middle 40s up toward the Adirondacks and North Country, but I think most of us will have those temperatures between 45 and 50 overnight tonight under, again, mainly clear skies. Tomorrow, we'll see increasing clouds from northwest to southeast, especially after 11 a.m., and then that rain comes knocking on the doorstep between 3 and 6 p.m. from northwest to southeast. Just give it an hour or two in either direction, and then we'll be dealing with the rain coming to an end gradually as we head through Friday morning, but it'll still be quite gusty with winds out of the west-northwest 10 to 15, gusting 15, 20 temperatures tomorrow, a couple of degrees warmer than today, so that means lower to middle 70s, but it will be quite chilly for that morning walk with just a few clouds, temperatures warming from the 40s and 50s up into the 60s and eventually into the 70s as we head through tomorrow, but we'll be back into the middle and upper 60s for both Friday and Saturday in the wake of that cold front. But we'll be dealing with a lot of sunshine for the last day of August and the first few days of September, and that looks to last through the Labor Day holiday, I should say, on Monday, with highs between 75 and 80 degrees. Thomas, back to you.
Thank you, Jordan.